Okay, just give me a second. Very good. Okay, so now for this one, so the Gini coefficient equal to what? Essentially, so let's say, for example, so you denote this triangle. Okay, so maybe you just put notations A, B, C, D, E, F. Okay, so Gini coefficient is defined as what? As the region here, right? So this triangle, the area of triangle AEF, divided by what? Divided by the big triangle, right? So that's Gini coefficient, right? Divided by the triangle of ACE. Okay? And then so here, so may not be straightforward to find out the region of AEF directly. But then so what you can do is, so first you find out the region of AEC, or this one. So that should be easy, right? Okay, so once you find this big triangle, so now you find the region of this one, or you find the three things. So triangle ABF, triangle EFD, and then so you find out this, it looks like, yeah, it is a square, FDCB, right? So then that just gives you the region of here. All right, and then so triangle AEF equal to what? Equal to the big triangle ACE minus these three things are together. Okay, so that's give you the Gini coefficient. Now, if we go to these questions, I believe we already explained that last time, no? So let's just quickly go through. So the first one, the expression for aggregate marginal product of labor. The key here is you find out aggregate production function. So the aggregate production function is y equal to right? So, but you may want to derive, you may want to present how you derive this aggregate production function. And in terms of marginal product, you just take a derivative with respect to K and then with respect to N separately to this A. Now the second one, calculate the capital per capita at steady state. So the key equation we have learned or we have studied is what? So the key equation is FK equal to N plus TK, right? Or in other words, come from this equation. Because in the steady state, what happens? In steady state, KT right? So if KT equal to KT plus 1, and then the immediate implies S times Y equal to D plus N times K, or this here. And then so what are we going to do? So we just plug in, right? So you have S equal to 0.273. Okay. Oh. FK equal to, so this is just plug in here, right? It's times 775 times K. Oh, what happens? $775 times K 0.35 equal to, so N plus D equal to 0.057 times K. So this is going to give you K star or the steady state capital. Right? Now this is B and C, so it's going to ask you calculate output. So how are you going to calculate output? So once you find out the K star, let's just make up a number. So if you become a K star equal to 200, if that's the case. And then so output equal to what? Is times F, sorry, output equal to 775 times 200, 0.35. All right. Now what is consumption? Consumption equal to output minus saving, or equal to 1 minus saving. Saving equal to times output. You just find out, right? So this is output. Okay. So this is C. Right. Now part D. France has 12,000 capital in 1965. Use this following was capital per capita in K. So that's again straightforward, right? So essentially is K 1966 equal to K 1965 plus S is 0.273 times Y equal to what? Y you just plug in 775 times K 95 0.35, right? And that minus, so D plus N equal to, we just calculated, D plus N equal to 0.057 times K 1965. Okay, so this is for D, right? Now, once you find out D and the E, it becomes obvious. Because from here, you're going to find Y 1965 and Y 1966. And then, so from these two numbers, you calculate the growth rate for E. Is any step is confusing?
I think A is still just a little confusing. The rest of them seem pretty straightforward, but A is.
Oh, A, I guess, yes, that requires some advanced math. So, but first of all, make sure you understand how we get these.
Mm-hmm.
Yes or no? So does anyone know how we get this one? I mean, so basically, so because y equal to what? Y times N, right? This per capita, this is a number of worker. Then this is equal to, we just plug in 775 times K times N. But now this is equal to 775. So what is K? K is divided by K divided by N. And then so you're going to get this. So this is step number one. Now, if you don't know calculus or you cannot take derivative, feel free to skip the second part. Or if you really had a hard time to find the marginal product of capital, it's fine. Okay, so if you know, so basically this just take derivative y with respect to k, or y respect to n. If you don't know the math, that's fine. So I just skip that one. So I'm still going to give you full credit for this one. But make sure you understand this. Okay, so how we are going to move from per capital production function to this aggregate.
Okay.
Right? So, but certainly I encourage you to find out this derivative. So if you have learned this derivative, it shouldn't take you much time to find out. If you have not learned, it's probably a little bit too much for you. So that, I understand, that's fine. But make sure I understand the whole big picture. So what we are trying to do. So this essentially, this practice question, sorry, this homework question essentially just help you to understand the working of solo growth model. All right. Any question? So if there's no question, so I guess I'll probably just stop here. So I'm just wait for a few minutes, just you in case you still have concern about the grade, you still have concern regarding to the class, or you have you have questions. Okay, if you don't have any questions, feel free to go home. So I'm gonna stay for another 5 to 10 minutes. All right.
Thank you, Professor.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's